Mission Control, we have 8 new darts incoming.
Righto. This calls for, well, me. Mission have launched 8 new darts for you. So, like a rocket, let's launch into them. Mission Aurora, 90% tungsten. This also has a coral PVD coating. Now the Aurora adds an explosion of colour to your dart setup. This is a straight barrel. It includes fine radial and horizontal milled cuts across the entire barrel. It's got a bull nose at the front with a black point, the Mission logo etched on the top of the barrel, sabre stems, and large number 2 standard flights. Now these are available in a range of weights in both steel tip and soft tip. Now the grip is suggested to be 9 out of 10 for these, but I'm not sure personally because it kind of depends on your skin type. I think that these are a little bit less grippy than the Thomas Banks darts that you'll see a little bit later, but either way they're a really nice and comfortable grip. It's not aggressive, holds well, and that's due to those finer detailed cuts down the entire barrel. Next we have Mission Celestial. This is 95% tungsten and with a coral PVD coating once again. Now this coating gives a little bit of jazz, a bit of protection for your barrels, but it also looks great. The rear section of the barrel has these ring cuts, and as you get towards the front you've got horizontal and ring cuts, giving you a nice little bit of grip there as well. And what I like about these is that they're really fast to the board. That's partly because of the aerodynamic shape of these. I think it's probably best suited for rear grippers, although you can get a little bit just before where that logo section is. The front bit is a little bit more old school sort of fashion. You know, if you'd had darts like 10 years ago, you know exactly what I mean. The coatings jazz these up nicely, and a sandblasted rainbow coating makes these darts quite snazzy, to be honest. Now the Mission Iridian 90% tungsten dart is black and coral coated. The rear of the barrel includes a section of this fine horizontal radial grooves in a black PVD coating, which personally to me remind me of the Archon sort of grip, so if you really like that premium cut, it's a really good section. You've then got these radial grooves at the front in this rainbow coating, black points, sabre stems, large flights, and they're quite jazzy as well. Now I did really enjoy throwing these, give them a go. Mission Yarry, 90% tungsten. Now these are the most unique looking in terms of a shape. They're named after a term used for a traditionally made Japanese blade. They're made from a natural 90% tungsten, and this spear headlight design at the front of the barrel really gives it a nice aerodynamic feel. It's got a smooth radius nose at the front, leading into micro grip, leading into ring grip. Then you have the most interesting section. This has a push point right at the back, a little bit like the Robin darts you see from Loxley. If you're sat behind that push point at the rear, it really is quite a strong lip there, so you'll have something sturdy to place and to push against when you push that dart. That's the ideal location, but the middle is also a really nice feel, and if you don't mind a bit of nano grip and a front taper, you could probably get away with the front as well. They've got a nano grip at the back with the Mission logo, sabre stems, smooth points, and these samurai style flights. These remind me a little bit of the Robin 2 darts that had that little extra nano grip on them, so if you like that kind of dart, these could be for you. Madar's Razma, 95% tungsten. Razmataz has put his country on the darting map with his success on the Yoki, becoming the first player from Latvia to break into the top 32 on the PDC Order of Merit. Now Razma's first set of signature dart from Mission are made from a high-grade 90% tungsten material. They also have plenty of grip. Now the front tapered nose has sharp grip on there. As many of you know, that will be one of the most grippy types on that front, which for me is perfect to rest my finger on when I'm throwing the darts. The middle has sharp grip with horizontal milling, giving another extra boost of grip. Got the Latvian colours, red and white there as well, Mission logo, smooth points, white sabre stems, and then these flights. To be honest, I was like, not really my colour, not really my shape, but when I threw them, wow. I think I actually threw best with these darts, and I didn't expect to. Fab grip on that middle section, and nice to rest your finger on that grippy tapered front. A big underdog these, as a proper throwing player's dart. Missionlaunch, 95% tungsten with black and gold PVD. Now the Swedish star wrote his name into the darts history books when he threw a 9-darter in the Denmark Open at the age of just 12. Well, his first darts from Mission feature a 95% tungsten barrel with a mixture of black and gold PVD coatings. These have radial cuts at the front, a smooth section for the logo, then it's got a tight nano grip in a sort of gunmetal blacky grey colour, and then some more ring grip cuts at the back. But I quite like his flights. Now these remind me a little bit of the Brett Claydon darts, certainly in terms of the colour, but in a different shape. That front has a really tight cut in there as well in these radial grooves, but I think you can get away with holding them at the rear with that gunmetal coating at the back. George Killington, 95%. Nicknamed Killer, George retained his PDC tour card in 2024, and he's now testing his skills against the world's best. Now these darts feature a radial nose at the front of the barrel that leads into a mixture of smooth and ring grip sections. The rear of the barrel includes a smooth section with the laser etched Mission logo, black smooth points, white saber stems, and then these killer flights. These come in various weights in steel tip only. Really a dart for you traditionalists out there. It's quite a long barrel with shallow cuts, so you get more of a wholesome feel of that tungsten between your fingers. They're finished off with the killer flights, which is really understated, but be careful if you upset him. His nickname is Killer after all. Last but not least, Thomas Banks, 90% tungsten with black PVD. Now the Bulldog is quickly making a name for himself in the world of darts, qualifying for the UK Open and winning a week at the Modus Super Series, all before his 18th birthday. Now Banks' first set of signature darts from Mission are made from 90% tungsten, they're a straight barrel and have a smooth bull nose at the front. This leads to a long section of radial grooves and horizontal silver milled cuts. These are really sticky in my opinion. I don't know if it's higher than a 7 out of 10 grip, but some of that feels a little bit like when you get a new fresh dart kind of grip, you know? It wears down a little bit quicker and goes down to what the actual grip of the dart will be. And also at 26 grams, they sat on my fingers and felt extra sticky. Can't stop saying sticky. Sticky. But on a serious note, I know many labourers who love a sticky dart because they have rough hands and these could give you a little bit of extra grip and extra feeling when throwing. Whew! Now that's a big player's launch. But which is your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. But don't forget, there are many more from Mission soon, so be sure to subscribe, click that bell so that you don't miss a thing. And as always,
Have a good one, Houston.